can a driver be compelled to roll up his window for a tint meter test? Hey guys, my name is Anthony Bandiero, attorney and senior legal instructor for Blue Gold Law Enforcement Training, bringing to the Roadside Chat. This question comes from a person in Texas, quite frankly. I don't know if this is an officer or citizen. Either way, it's okay with me. So say an officer, pulls over a car for suspected illegal window tint, and the driver rolls down all the windows before the cop, gets up to the window. Can the officer order that person to roll up the windows to conduct a tint meter test? Well, what about other things too? Okay, so if we can do that, can we also compel the driver to, operate the lights, the horn, and check other equipment for violations? What about all that? All right, so here's your answer. These are likely, especially with the tint, these are searches under the Fourth Amendment. When an officer puts the tint meter on the tint and checks opacity, that's a search under the Fourth Amendment. What search? It's a Jones search, which is a case called U.S. versus Jones, Supreme Court, where they said when police trespass onto a protected area with the intent to gather information, that is a search under the Fourth Amendment. Well, what's happening here? Is the officer trespassing on this person's vehicle? The answer is yes, right? They are manipulating, touching that car, putting the meter on there. And I know sounds very weird to a lot of people, but Anthony, give me a break. Really, these are searches. People are going to complain about this. Well, look, some people are going to complain about it, right? I have illegal tint on my truck. Maybe I would complain about it too, right? What's funny? You better be honest. You just consider when the laws that you enforce, are you committing those same violations, my friend? As a former trooper, I was very lenient on people with illegal tint, only because I had it myself. But I digress. I practice what I preach is what I'm trying to say to you. But in here, the officer is conducting a search under the Fourth Amendment. So Anthony, the tint laws are done. Thank you. Give me a little high five. Not so fast. I didn't say you couldn't do it. I'm just telling you that the officer is conducting a search under the Fourth Amendment, whether they order the window to be rolled up slightly or they just do it themselves because the window is this halfway down. What I'm saying is that is a search under the Fourth Amendment. Now you need to justify it. If you've been to my training before, you know that we justify all or articulate all searches and seizures with an acronym called CREW. Consent, RE stands for recognized exceptions, or a warrant. We have no consent here. We have no warrant, but do we have a recognized exception? The answer is yes, if we have probable cause that the tint is in violation of state law. So if we knew that before we order him to roll up the windows, before we put our tint meter on the window, if we know that, then we can do it under the motor vehicle exception. However, if we see some tint that the cop is saying, I don't know, it may not be, illegal. I just want to verify that it's illegal. I don't like it. I think it's a search, and I don't think you have the recognized exception. What about this other stuff? Hey, do me a favor, hit the lights, hit the horn. I've never seen any case on this, quite frankly, but from a constitutional perspective, it is problematic unless you are engaged in, if your vehicle is getting some kind of inspection, right? Now, Texas does do inspections on vehicles, but I would think that they'd be more formal, like you go through the DMV or something, or you have a private company do it. I don't know how Texas does it. But maybe they have a law that says, hey, if we stop your vehicle, we can also do safety inspections. If they have that law, then it's probably okay. If they don't have that law, and they're just doing it as a matter of routine just to make sure the equipment works, I think it's a problem. Because the law is a key element here, because it gives what's called notice to people. Drivers in Texas would know that if they get stopped, they have to submit to a safety inspection. But if there is no law in the books, then what you have is an officer just conducting these inspections on his or her own, and that may be outside the scope of a regular traffic stop and be impermissible. Do you see the distinction there? Right? These are regulatory searches. Regulatory searches require notice that people should know that this is about to happen. So, we don't have, when I was a cop, we don't have regulatory inspections in Nevada. So if I stopped a vehicle and I said, hey, I want to make sure your horn works, which is required by law. I want to make sure your turn signals work, your headlights work, whatever. But I can't do that unless, unless they're like going through a DMV inspection or something like that. I just couldn't do it as a matter of routine on my traffic stops. But other states, I'm sure, can do it with the right laws. So window tint, you need probable cause. Safety inspection for your horn and your turn signals, you need a law that allows that. In my view, that's how I'm looking at it. I hope this has helped. If you like what I'm doing here, hit like, subscribe, share with your friends. It lets YouTube know that these videos are helpful to people like you. Until next time, my friends, stay safe.